Sergei Viktorovich. The southern group of forces is working confidently and effectively. What is the situation in your area?
Comrade Supreme Commander, following the liberation of the settlement of Seversk, the Third Army continues to carry out tasks westward, maintaining the offensive momentum with the main focus on Slovyansk. Currently, we have taken control, completed encirclement from the north and south of the settlement of Svyato-Pokrovske. On the northern flank reached the settlement of Zakato, and on the southern flank reached the eastern outskirts of the settlement of Bondarnoy. We continue to accomplish tasks towards the Seversk direction.
What's the current situation in Konstantinovka?
In Konstantinovka, Comrade Supreme Commander, the Third Army units continue mopping up the northeastern outskirts of the settlement. We have taken control of the Stroy-Steklo glass factory and continue the liberation of the Konstantinovsky metallurgical equipment plant.
How much of the city is roughly under our control?
Up to 45%, including the northeastern outskirts. About 40%.
We fully understand that the liberation of Seversk and effective work in Konstantinovka allows the troops to create conditions for further advance and capture of the entire Slovyansko-Druzhkivka-Kramatorsk agglomeration and the entire enemy defense line. Also, in cooperation with the Western and Central groups of forces, to fully liberate the Donbas territory. This is a critically important direction. You are demonstrating a good pace. I have already spoken with your subordinates. Once again, please convey my best wishes and gratitude to them for their successful work. Mikhail Yurovich, your group of forces is directly facing a long-standing fortified enemy area. Nevertheless, there are active operations in this front line. How can you describe the situation overall?
Comrade Supreme Commander, the Dnepr Group of forces is overcoming prepared enemies' defensive positions. It advances towards the city of Zaporizhzhia. Russian armed forces took control of the city of Stepnohirsk, the enemy's key defensive point on the approach to the regional center. Today, we completed the liberation of the settlement of Lukyanivske. Taking control of Primorske is nearly completed. Combat missions are taking place in the city of Orikhiv and in the settlements of Novoandrievka, Novokovlevka, Belagary, and Pavlovka. Over the past 2 months, the group has liberated 5 settlements. Currently, the group continues offensive actions in the Zaporizhzhia region. The advance units are about 15 kilometers from the southern outskirts of the city of Zaporizhzhia. The report is finished.
How far? 15 kilometers.
Yes, approximately 15 kilometers up to the outskirts.
Mikhail Yurovich, I also note the effective and successful actions of your fighters and commanders. Please convey to them my best wishes. We understand and recognize that the enemy in front of you has been preparing their defenses for many years. We know the situation that is challenging, yet you managed to accomplish the task set before the group. Certainly, it is necessary to continue the offensive alongside the eastern group of forces to liberate the Zaporizhzhia region. Thank you very much. Andrei Ramovich, would you like to add anything?
Everything is proceeding according to plan, very dynamically. I would say, as Valeriy Vasilevich reported, ahead of the initially planned pace. We achieved the highest speeds in December.
Thank you. Dear comrades, the tasks of liberating Donbas, Zaporizhzhia, and Kherson regions are being carried out in stages according to the plan of the special military operation. The groups of forces are confidently advancing along the enemy's defensive line. The armed forces of Ukraine units are retreating everywhere along the entire contact line. The group of forces commanders have reported on the situation, and I ask you to continue carrying out the tasks of the special military operation according to the General Staff's plans and intentions. I would like to once again express my gratitude to all the Russian servicemen currently performing combat tasks on the contact line, on the front line. Undoubtedly, the success on the front line of Russian armed forces are defined much by our soldiers and officers, who liberating the territory of Donbas daily show courage and heroism, risking their lives. I want to address them directly. Dear comrades, you certainly convey an example of serving the fatherland. You work, accomplish your combat missions for the good of our great Russia. Thank you for your valiant service and happy upcoming New Year.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.